Hello! Hi! So I am so excited about doing this video because I want to start incorporating videos into my blogs, and this video that I'm doing now is actually from a talk that I'm giving about wellness mindset throughout the holidays, and I thought it would be interesting for everyone to see, not just the people attending the event, what I want to say. So this is going to be like a shorter version of the talk, but it's wellness mindset throughout the holidays, and we're going to talk about what is wellness, we're going to talk about developing your mindset, and we're going to talk about making life your own. So the other disclaimer that I have to make is that I have my computer here because I am not used to doing videos, and so bear with me as I look at my computer to remember the topics that I need to say, and as I get used to the camera and like looking just one way. So let's start. So what is wellness? Like, really, who here knows what wellness is? Everyone just talks about wellness, but what's the definition? So by definition, wellness is the state of being in good health, especially as an actively pursued goal. So in easier words, wellness is setting goals for yourself that support and enhance your everyday life through nutrition and fitness, which translate into good health. So we all know that eating well, like less sugar, less processed foods, more vegetables, as well as sweating, finding a way to sweat, or going for a walk or things like that, as well as developing our minds, are all part of living a healthy and good life. But the issue starts really in the beginning of the year. So when people fall out of their routines, it's all because of what we do in the beginning of the year, which is what I'm going to talk about now. So you know that feeling when you start the new year and you feel like you have all this energy and it's a new year and it's a new life, and so you want to make all the changes in your life that you always wanted to have? Yes, I have done that too. So we start the year and we put ourselves into these plans and into these routines to achieve wellness and to achieve a healthy lifestyle, which is amazing and it's incredible. I'm not saying that's the bad part. The bad thing comes with our routines and the little things that we do in our life every day to achieve the goals that we want to have. And without noticing, we put ourselves into this small little prison and into this cage, right? So we actually kind of sadly stop living life. We put ourselves into this thing that we have to do this because this is how I'm seeing results and this is how I'm achieving my goal, and all these things that we close ourselves up to really enjoying and having fun in our lives. So what happens when the holiday season comes around, which is where we are now, is that we start going to dinner parties, we start going to Christmas parties or holiday parties. We stop sleeping as much as we normally do in our routine life. So we kind of start breaking out of our prison without noticing it, and we actually start living life, which is a good thing. But the issue is that throughout this whole year, throughout this 11 months, we have put ourselves into this routine and into this little cage that when you do go to that party and there's brownies or whatever cake that you like there is, and you start eating it, you say, oh, I'm not just gonna have one, I'm gonna have 10 because I haven't had a brownie in 6 months. And since I haven't had a brownie in 6 months, that's okay, I'm gonna eat 10 because it's the holidays, and come January 1st, I'm gonna be in the gym 2 hours every day to burn everything that I ate throughout the year, throughout the holiday season. So this is these two thoughts of I haven't eaten it in 6 months or whatever time frame, and the other thought of I'm gonna burn it off all in the beginning of the new year. Those two thoughts are what compromise our wellness journey. Just because we start throughout the whole year, we're depriving ourselves of the things that really make us happy and that we really want, that throughout 1 month we just go all out because it's the holidays and that's what you're supposed to do, and that's not true. So with today's video, really what I want to share is how to change that mindset, because it all starts with your mind. Your mind develops your thoughts, and then it develops your feelings, and then it develops your actions. So if we train our mind the right way, then we're not going to find ourselves in this cycle every beginning and ending of the year as we find ourselves now. So let's go on to the next thing. Working on your mindset. So we need to change our mind before we change our bodies and before we change our lives. We already know this, but how do we do that? So the first thing is stop comparing yourselves to others. Now, I know I live on social media and this is how you're seeing me through social media, but if you have a personality, if you feel like you're always comparing yourself to others, I suggest you take a break from social media, because when you start comparing yourselves to others, you're living someone else's life and you're not living your own. And you don't need to live someone else's life, you need to live your own life, so that, because you are the only person that knows how you can be happy. So you need to close all those distractions around you and just focus on yourself. That's number one. Number two, write down how you want to feel. Write down if you want to go into this wellness journey because you want to feel empowered, or you want to feel beautiful, or you want to feel attractive. Write down how you want to feel instead of writing quantitative things. So instead of writing, oh, I want to lose 13.5 pounds, just write, I want to feel attractive, right? Instead of saying, I don't want to eat meat, say something, I want to feel healthier, I want to feel less bloated, things like that. Because when you do all this stop or can't or lose and all those negative words, psychologically those things have a negative impact in your mind. We might not feel it, we might not see it, but it's happening. And how we speak to ourselves is how we develop our thoughts, and our thoughts develop our feelings, and our feelings develop our actions. So be careful in how you write down what you want to achieve, and focus on how you want to feel. The next thing I would say is you need to write down why you want to feel that way. So in my case, how I want to feel, it's in my case, why I started in this fitness journey, it's because I want to live an easy, graceful, flowy life. I've always wanted to live this way, and for so many years I tried to find a way in which I could live that way. And I found out that the only way that I could live like that is through fitness. So that is my why, because I want to feel a certain way, and I know now that fitness and working out in the morning and living healthy is what makes me feel that way, and it's what propels me to live a better day every day of my life. So that's my why. And then the fourth thing is personal development. So I can guarantee you that, I have done this too, self-help books or inspirational books or motivational books, we sometimes tend to just read them to be inspired and like be all feeling all these things, but we're not really developing ourselves if we're not doing the work. So a lot of times these books, they bring like different tasks or different things that you need to do so that you can actually develop yourself. But we don't do it because we're like, oh, I'm just reading, I don't want to write. But I suggest you do 20 minutes of reading and 10 minutes of writing. So even if the book is not giving you a task or a specific assignment, just write down whatever is making you feel. Like maybe you read a quote that really resonated with you. Just write down why it resonated with you. And this is actually how you're going to develop yourself. Okay, so those are the 4 things. And then we're gonna move on to making your own life, which is also working your mindset. We need to understand that health is a priority. Yes, we all know this. We can't do anything in our lives if we're not healthy. But we also need to understand that we need to live our lives and we need to have fun and we need to be happy. So while health is a priority, your happiness and your fun is also a priority, in my opinion. So yes, plan to always be healthy, but always plan to have fun and to do everything in moderation. So I will never tell you like, don't eat a chocolate or don't drink wine, because that for me is not a sustainable way of living, right? You're never going to stop eating chocolate unless you have like a medical condition or something. But if it's your regular life, those things are just gonna happen for like 3 weeks and then you're gonna forget about it and then you're gonna binge on chocolate. So know that health is your priority, but know that also your fun, happy life is also a priority. Understand you have to do the work. You have to be willing to change. And so those two questions that I asked before, how you want to feel and why you want to feel that way, those things are the reason why you're willing to change. So if you can't answer those two things, then you're probably not there yet. You're not willing to change just yet, which is okay, but you know that you need to have a reason why you want to change so that you can be consistent with your journey and with your wellness lifestyle. There's no one size fits all. You need to choose what works best for you. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell you like the way that I do my life is the way that everyone needs to do their lives for them to feel happy and healthy and graceful, because it's not true. Whatever you think it's good for you, I don't think it's good for me. So this is the fun part about being in this journey, because you get to interview yourself and find out what is it that you want to do and how are you willing to do that, and what type of exercises do you like, what type of food do you like. I can help you get to those places and find those answers, but ultimately the answers must come from you. So this leads me to my last point, which is throughout this holiday season, I want to encourage you to do 4 things. The first thing, I want you to eat without feeling guilty. When you eat feeling guilty is when you're gonna eat emotionally, which is gonna lead you to eat more and more and more and put on more weight and more weight and more weight, and then that's how you start that cycle that I talked about in the beginning. We don't want that. Enjoy your family and friends. Do not be boring. Holidays are for you to be happy, for you to be with your family, for you to feel and give love and all these things. And I don't want you to feel like you're in a cage because you need to achieve certain things for your wellness, right? This is a time in which you need to be happy, so just be happy. Exercise as much as your schedule allows. Now, I believe that everyone has at least 30 minutes in their days to break a sweat. But if you're not there yet, I completely understand it, and I just encourage you to go out for a walk or for a jog or do abs or anything as much as you can throughout the holiday season, because if you're gonna be eating more but you're exercising, you're gonna feel good. You're not gonna feel guilty. You're not gonna feel anxious. So you need to combine those things. And since you're gonna be eating without feeling guilty, you're gonna be having fun with your family and your friends, and you're gonna be exercising, which makes you happy, you are in the right place to assess yourself and to plan for the next year. So that's one thing I want you to know, is that when you're making plans for yourself and changes that you want to make, it's good to make them when you're feeling good, when you're like in the happy place, not when you're downhill. Because when you're downhill, that's when we come up with those plans that make us obsessive about things. So if you're doing the 3 things that I encourage you to do, you're gonna be in a happy place. And in that happy place, you can find time to relax and write down answers to these questions. First question is, how do you want to feel? Why do you want to feel that way? In what areas of my life do I need help? This comes with personal development. What do you want to change about you internally? And how can you get there? What am I willing to do? How much time and money am I willing to invest? And this, my friends, is the way that you plan for your next year, so that next year you're not into this cycle of I'm breaking free and I'm eating all these things and I'm not sleeping, but it's okay because in the beginning of the year I'm going to be obsessive about changing my life. It shouldn't be like that. A journey is a 1-year journey. It's a lifestyle journey. It's not a 1-month thing. It's not a 1-week thing. If you want to have real results and you want to really live a life of wellness, feeling well and being in good health, you should take it seriously, but you shouldn't expect like magic results in 1 week, right? This is what happens in our lives. Like we work obsessively for 11 months and then the last month we break free and we enjoy life. We should be enjoying life 12 months of the year. There shouldn't be a break in which we are enjoying life. So that concludes my video for today. I hope it makes sense. And I hope that you guys can implement these tips in your life so that you can start your year in a better way that you started last year. All right, well, thank you, and subscribe to, I have to say this now that I'm making videos, subscribe to my blog so you never miss a blog, and you will also receive a monthly newsletter that it's just like a letter from me to you, and share with your friends if you like this kind of videos. Thank you.